It was New Year's Eve 2019 when health officials in China admitted they had a problem.
The World Health Organization says coronavirus poses a greater global threat than terrorism.
Europe has now become the epicenter of the pandemic.
Deep suspicion here that a major reason it became a pandemic is a massive state cover-up ordered by China's President Xi Jinping.
The reservoir appears to be a bat.
I think this is Mother Nature's revenge.
The culture where people eat bats and snakes and dogs and things like that, these viruses are transmitted from the animal to the people, and that's why China has been the source of a lot of these viruses.
The virus almost certainly crossed over to humans at so-called wet markets.
It doesn't appear that any country has been completely successful at 100% containment and driving it back into the wild.
There's sleeping time bombs across the region right now.
Unbelievable. But I guess there was nothing we could do. We had no chance of knowing this would happen. It had never happened before. It came out of the blue. Right? Right?
Health officials are trying to get a grip on an alarming outbreak of SARS.
The virus originated in mainland China.
China is now reporting many more cases of SARS.
The outbreak spreads. More people infected this morning with that dangerous new strain of bird flu.
A new front opening in the fight against Ebola.
Word of a deadly illness arriving in America for the first time. It is called MERS.
The new coronavirus may be the first pandemic in recent memory to shut down the world, but it's not the first of its kind, and scientists say it won't be the last.
No surprise there. And China, did you even implement any kind of law or regulation? No. Did you close down the market? No. You just continue your life like you always do, like nothing had happened.
Well, in 2003, after the SARS outbreak, the Chinese government has cracked down on the sale of wild animals already, but they also issued permits to some vendors to allow them to sell a limited species of wild animals. And after this outbreak, the Chinese government has banned all wild animal trade temporarily. They said after the epidemic is over, but we don't know what will happen later and how long the ban will last.
How many free passes are we gonna give this country? Guys, this is serious. These wet markets are dangerous. All these exotic animals from different environments crammed together in very tight places. If just one of them have a virus, it will jump from one animal to another animal to another animal, and they will keep mutating until they will hit humans. That's why we got the coronavirus.
So these are wild animals which would never meet each other in real life. And you just create this artificial interface here where all these animals come together, you stack them on top of each other, and they will just be shedding viruses and exchanging viruses.
We need to shut these things down, and hopefully that's what China gonna do now. Hopefully they learned, right? They learned now not to have these wet markets.
Wuhan, in the Hubei province, last week celebrated the end of its strictly enforced months-long lockdown, with Chinese state TV showing its contentious food markets reopening to customers. Footage from the market shows live crayfish being sold.
Are you serious? Are you gonna open this market that caused so much damage? This market that cost thousands and thousands of lives? And you just open them again like there's nothing and celebrating it? Guys, that is just wrong. That is just directly wrong. You cannot do that, no. You need to make a big investigation about what's going on in these wet markets, and you need to get it under control. You need to make rules about what to sell and how to sell and how to handle live animals and food. You can do that. You're a dictator state. You can do whatever you want. Please get this under control. To just opening it again like nothing had happened is to shit on all this damage you have done to all these countries. So you opening these markets again is just not acceptable.
We can clearly see the great risks to the health and well-being of the rest of the world as a result of these types of places and facilities.
It boggles my mind how when we have so many diseases that emanate out of that unusual human-animal interface, that we don't just shut it down.
We just need to ban these markets of live animals.
Shut the wet markets down.
The costs sort of generated by the legal and illegal trade in wildlife can never, ever be justified.
And guys, before I go now, I just want to say, please don't blame the Chinese people. Don't blame people you meet on the street. Don't play the normal guy and girl from China. It's not their fault, it's the government fault. They live in a dictator state, they cannot control what's happening. And they just do what they know is best. They need the state to tell them. It's not their fault. I have friends from China who now lives in the UK, and they have experienced racism and even violence. That's not okay. That is just terrible, that's disgusting, and I hope, of course, you guys behave better than that. Don't blame people for something that's not their fault. Hope you're better than that. Anyways, guys, please, let's all get through this crisis together. So stay home, stay safe, peace out.